Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and yeah, my voice is still completely messed up right about now compared to, of course, the last thoughts video that I did, and I still have that cough, but not to worry. I can assure you that it is definitely getting better about now. In fact, just not too long ago, I did receive a call back from, of course, one of my doctors in regards to, of course, what's going on, and yeah, they told me that I'll just keep doing what I need to do, and of course, rest up my voice some more for a while longer, for sure, and yeah, I think, yeah, probably within a couple of weeks, it should be back to normal very soon, and if not, then, well, looks like I'll have to call them back and see about getting me there and see what we can do from here. So, but yeah, regardless on that, I'm still doing a whole lot better after getting over a massive case of COVID for sure. Just to be safe right about now, but not to worry, I am doing fine right about now. So yeah, hopefully I think I'll be right as rain within a couple of weeks, and thankfully, I did get over COVID just in time before Christmas for sure, so I'm already getting myself ready for, of course, that big day, because I'm really excited as always, because, yeah, why wouldn't I be? So yeah. And I guess for today's thoughts we are wrapping up, we are going to do what we do normally, but I've decided to do something different for a change because, well, since I'm undergoing some massive changes for my YouTube channel for next year for sure, I've decided to maybe start up a bit by doing one massive change for, of course, on my thoughts video. So normally I will, of course, keep some of the positives, yeah, pretty much the positives and the negatives out of the way. Yeah, pretty much completely separate, while, of course, I talk about each category and, of course, the movies I'm talking about. I decided, starting with, of course, this one, I decided to mash them all up and mix things up a notch, where, of course, I'll actually talk about some massive problems I've been dealing with in pretty much in a movie I'm talking about, while, of course, talking about some things I actually really like, just as a good way to, of course, mix things up a bit about now. So yeah, I've decided to do that as something completely different, starting with, of course, these thoughts videos for sure. So sorry about that. So, but yeah, let me know if you think you're all right with that change and you want to see more of that, but yeah, I've decided to, of course, change things up a bit to do something a big different about how. So yeah, feel free to let me know if that's something you want me to do for these future thoughts videos about now. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I can say for, of course, that front about now. So yeah. But yeah, needless to say, yeah, now that I've actually got that out of the way, we might as well go ahead and dive right into today's movie I'm going to be talking about here today. So yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that. Alright, so yeah, I guess for today's thoughts we are right about now, well, you've actually seen me talk about the teaser trailer for, of course, this movie right around several months ago for sure, but I guess from the looks big, the movie is finally out right now, and I guess I might as well go ahead and talk about it here today for sure. So yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that front right by now. So yeah, if you actually may recall, right around several months ago, I actually did talk about the teaser. Sorry about that. I actually did talk about the teaser trailer to, of course, a certain movie that had that's, of course, coming out around that time, which is of course, Avatar: The Way of Water, And yeah, if you want a little bit more detail on, of course, what I thought of that teaser trailer on Rabbit Out, definitely go watch my thoughts video on that, just to get a clearer picture on, of course, what I'm talking about for sure. And of course, I actually did bring this up right now because, well, I guess the answer is quite obvious. The movie is finally out right now, So yeah, after several months since after I talked about the teaser trailer, looks like the movie is finally out, and yeah, Avatar: The Way of Water is, of course, what I'm gonna be talking about here today. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. All right. Yeah. Alright, so, yeah, again, my apologies on that, so yeah, but before I could go ahead and talk about this latest movie right about now, I think it's quite fitting that I should take a look back and, of course, and talk about what I thought about the first Avatar movie that came out several years ago for sure. Well, I guess the answer is quite obvious. I actually did see this movie right around back in, I assume, late 2009, early 2010, maybe. I can hardly remember right about now, so, excuse me, so, but yeah, I assume right around late 2009 to early 2010 is, of course, where I actually saw the first Avatar movie for sure, and I guess, if anything, to best describe it right about now, short, sweet, and to the point, pretty visuals, but it sucks at storytelling for sure, so yeah, I do admire Avatar for bringing some really nice visuals, as it actually does look really, really great for sure, but story-wise right about now, I just don't think it delivers entirely, as, of course, it pretty much is rehashing, of course, several environmental movies back in the 90s, like, of course, Fern Gully, Pocahontas, Dances with Wolves, and plenty of others that I could think of for sure, so, yeah, sorry about that, so, but yeah, do I actually think it's a bad movie because of it? Actually, no, for sure, because, well, regardless of course, what I have to say, there's no doubt in my mind that Avatar is, of course, a massive game changer around the time it came out, for sure. And, of course, nowadays, several movies that have came out since after Avatar has actually been absolutely groundbreaking, for sure. And it actually does offer up something really, really unique and something really impressive to actually watch. And not to mention, it actually pretty much a great number of movies that came out for several years have actually done well, and of course being released in 3D for sure, so so yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that that several movies in recent years have actually been gone through a whole lot of massive changes, and of course being absolutely groundbreaking, and of course what it's been doing in recent years. And I guess if anything, it's all thanks to Avatar for doing exactly that for sure. So, so yeah, pretty much if anything, I think we do owe thanks to Avatar for, of course, changing the pretty much being a massive game changer for movies nowadays for sure. And yeah, even after it came out for sure, Avatar has, of course, still remained a staple for quite a long time for sure. Yeah, and I mean that too for sure. Like, of course, well, pretty much, if anything, several of course, some recognizable video games, and of course, some merchandise and stuff, and not to mention, it even garnered up its own section at Disney's Animal Kingdom. So yeah, that's actually really incredible. And of course, in the subject of what I'm going to be talking about today, pretty much, if anything, it has actually garnered one of course, its many sequels that is now being pushed out about now. So, so yeah, I guess needless to say, since after what the first Avatar movie has actually done, I'm actually quite curious to see on how the second film will actually do for sure, even after seeing the trailers for it, which, I won't lie, actually did get me hyped up a bit for sure, so yeah, and of course, I wish I would have actually gone to see this movie around its opening weekend, but then again, I did get sick with COVID pretty much around that said time, so I had a bit of a massive setback for that, so but luckily I did manage to find the right time right around today, or right around earlier today to actually go see this film for sure, and yeah, I actually did get back from, of course, seeing it not too long ago, and, well, I guess there's only one question that remains. What do I think of this movie now that I finally got the chance to see it? Well, I'm not gonna lie. It's more along the same as, of course, what I thought about the first film. Pretty visuals, but it pretty much sucks at storytelling, but I'll give it credit. It did some things that are slightly better than the first film for sure, so yeah, not fully, just slightly for sure, so yeah, I guess if anything, it's not by all means a great film, by all means, but if anything, I actually did find myself having a pretty good yet pretty enjoyable experience for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, this movie is not great, but I will give it credit. It is actually pretty good for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. All right. Alright, so now that I've actually got the short version out of the way, I'll go ahead and talk about everything that I need to talk about for, of course, this film. So for starters, this, of course, well, the story for, of course, this movie, and yeah, I will have to say, the first Avatar movie is not really that great at, of course, storytelling for sure, and if you have seen on what I said about the first film earlier, you'll know exactly what I mean. And I guess if anything, there's no doubt in my mind that it's pretty much the same thing for, of course, the story for, of course, this movie. It doesn't really offer anything unique or interesting for a really nice and gripping story for sure, but yeah, but of course, if anything, I guess for, of course, if anything, it's probably more on the lines of a copy and paste, just doing the exact same thing the first film did for sure. But I will give it credit that it actually does bring something that is completely different at the same time, because, well, if anything, just doing the exact same story over and over and over again will, of course, be massively repetitive for sure. But I will give the sequel credit that, for while it does suffer from, of course, the same problem the first film had, I'll give it credit that it actually does do something completely different for sure, to actually try its best to make it fresh and relevant for sure, to which I know it's not enough for sure, but I will give it credit for, of course, doing exactly that, which does make it a very unengaging, but somehow pretty nice story for sure. And I can also say the same thing for, of course, another thing I can complain right about is, of course, the writing for, of course, this film. And and yeah, pretty much of anything, maybe I think the writing for, of course, this film, I do think is pretty much a big muddled down for sure. Again, just suffering the same issue I have with, of course, the story, and of course, this in this film for sure. And for anything, I guess for anything, maybe I think if maybe they would have done like maybe 2 or 3 more drafts for sure to make it all the more impressive for sure, maybe I think it would have actually given me something really, really incredible for sure. So, but I guess they didn't, and I guess it's pretty much what we got for sure. But again, I'll give it credit that it actually does do something completely different to switch things up a bit, which I will have to say is quite nice for sure. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I can say for, of course, those 2 aspects for sure. Maybe I think they could have actually done some things a whole lot more engaging, or maybe like do some massive tweaking for sure. But I'll give it credit that actually it actually does do something completely different for sure, and actually does try its best to actually be a bit more engaging and try to fix up the problems the first film had for sure. So. But yeah, that's actually what I can say for that front, and of course, if anything, another thing that I can say on top of those 2 right about now, I will have to say this movie is long, like super long for sure. It's well over 3 hours long for sure, and I will admit, yeah, I mean, I know it's such a long time for sure. I mean, hell, I actually did talk about a good number of movies that are 3 hours long for sure, but if it can actually give me something that is, of course, incredible and unique for sure, which actually got me on the edge of my seat for sure, I will be on board for, of course, that, and the way this movie actually did that for sure, I will admit there are some parts of it where, of course, I did get a little bored for sure, but thankfully it didn't last very long, as, of course, it did deliver on some really good stuff for sure, and that's actually one thing I can give credit for sure, so... So yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that aspect for sure. Maybe I think if they would have cut it down a whole lot for a much more shorter run time for sure, I would have been fine for sure. So, but hey, regardless on that, maybe I think that might have been the one issue I do have, but I am glad that the other parts actually did distract me from it. So yeah, those are pretty much what I can say on those on that front. All right. So now that I've got those out of the way, might as well go ahead and talk about the next couple of things I should talk about for sure, which are, of course, the characters, and I will admit, the characters, and of course, the first Avatar movie, again, pretty much your basic characters from every other environmental film back in the 90s for sure, and yeah, I guess I can almost say the same thing for, of course, this film for sure. However, I think compared to, of course, the first film, these characters have actually grown a whole lot compared to when we first met them back in the first film for sure. So yeah, every single one of them I've actually seen for sure. I actually do get a good slight connection with them entirely, and I do find myself fully engaged on, of course, what they've gone through for sure, and how they're willing to get out of a bad situation for sure. So yeah, if anything, I actually do find myself rooting for these characters for sure, and yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that front overhead. But now, the characters are, of course, not really that likable compared to, yeah, much like how they were in the first film. But they are a whole lot more developed, and of course, they've grown and evolved for sure. So yeah. And that will, of course, lead to, of course, another aspect that I do find with these characters, which are, of course, for this movie, is, of course, all the actors playing these characters for sure. And will have to say, pretty much the characters in, of course, this movie for sure, or should I say the actors playing all the characters in this film, I will admit, they actually did pull off some really, really good performances for sure. So yeah, every single one of them I've actually seen for sure. They really got themselves investing in their performances for sure. And I was fully engaged with, of course, what I've actually seen for sure. Like, of course, I do find myself fully engaged with, of course, Sam Worthington as Jake Sully, and, of course, Zoe Saldana as Neytiri entirely. And of course, I was fascinated with, of course, Sigourney Weaver playing a different character. I'm not going to say which one for sure, but if you have seen the trailers for sure, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, Sigourney Weaver actually does pull off a really good performance as always, and not to mention Stephen Lang as, of course, the main villain. Yeah, I did find it quite shocking that they actually brought him back after what he's gone through in the first film for sure. So, but what would you expect entirely? Yeah, that's my only question. What would you expect? So, and of course, one other actor they brought in for sure is, of course, none other than pretty much Kate Winslet, and I will admit, she actually does pull off a really, really good performance in, of course, this film. And, well, believe it or not, since this film is directed by James Cameron, I'm not gonna lie, I think this is basically the first time in a while that we've seen Kate Winslet in a James Cameron movie since Titanic. So, yeah, pretty much that long gap for sure is actually quite impressive in its entirety, and I was really fascinated since it actually did take that long for sure. So, but yeah, needless to say, all the actors that play all these characters, I won't lie, they actually did pull off some really, really good performances for sure. Not necessarily great by all means, but still good nonetheless. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright, so now that I've actually got those out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about for sure? Well, quite a whole lot for sure. For starters, pretty much of anything, if you actually may recall, I actually did praise the first Avatar movie for some really, really incredible visuals for sure, as well as, of course, some really nice technology to, of course, bring this film to life, and not to mention the excellent world, some excellent world building they actually brought in for sure to showcase the entire world of Pandora, and but yeah, those are the things that I can praise the first Avatar movie for sure. So, and I guess in the case of this film, I can definitely give that same amount of praise to, of course, this film. Visually, the film looks really, really great for sure. I dare even say they really stepped up their A game compared to, of course, last time for sure. And I know for the fact that the movie actually does look a whole lot better in both IMAX and 3D for sure. But hey, I actually did see this movie in 2D for sure, and I still actually do admire the incredible visuals they actually brought into, of course, this film. Probably, I think, my all-time favorite in this film is, of course, they actually showcase a whole underwater world in this film. In fact, how also, well, of course, they call this the Way of Water for sure. So yeah, the way they actually dig it, and I guess it is probably the main reason why this film, as well as, of course, plenty of the other sequels, took way long to actually get themselves out for sure, is mainly, of course, trying to perfect motion capture underwater for sure, and and the way this movie actually did that is just my God, it is absolutely outstanding for sure. I was actually really intrigued, of course, what I've actually seen in its entirety for sure. And yeah, pretty much of anything, all the underwater stuff right now, I was fascinated by it. I think it's practically the best I've actually seen in both of these Avatar films so far, but you may never know when the next one will come up and actually give me something that's even more breathtaking for sure. So yeah, needless to say, pretty much of anything, the visuals and the effects, as well as, of course, everything else that I mentioned that I really do love in the first Avatar movie, I am saying the same thing in, of course, this film for sure. So yeah, and of course, let's not forget to mention, James Cameron actually did a pretty good job directing this film with some really, really good direction for sure, and of course, the cinematography is done very, very well with some really great camera shots, so that way I can actually see what goes on for sure. And of course, it's cut up perfectly through some really, really great editing for sure. And the musical score is just absolutely incredible for sure, because, yeah, if anything, since after it's been a long while since James Horner passed away for sure, they did bring in someone to, of course, take his place for, of course, these films. And I think, and I guess listening to the music, and of course, this film, I actually did really get a good feel out of that, as it actually does sound like James Horner is still around composing these, composing the music for, of course, this film today for sure. So yeah. I guess it's what I can say on that, and of course, most importantly, for while it still carries out the same problems I actually have with, of course, this film, I do give this film credit that actually does also keep the spirit of course, the first Avatar movie for what it is for sure. Sorry about that. Had a lot to get out for sure, so. But yeah, needless to say, I guess it's what I can say for, of course, that front right by now. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright, so I guess if anything, that's pretty much everything that I can say right by now. So yeah, I guess overall, pretty much, if anything, story-wise, this movie actually doesn't work entirely, but on a more visual standpoint, I will have to say it is just absolutely incredible to watch for sure, to which, combining those two aspects right but now, does make it, yeah, actually does make it a pretty good, but yet surprisingly muddled down, but still impressive sequel to the first film for sure. So yeah, I think that's the best way I can actually describe Avatar: The Way of Water overall for sure. So yeah, it does carry out the same problems I actually do have with, of course, the first film, but there's no doubt in my mind that it is still a really fascinating and yet really, really good sequel for sure, that I'm actually really glad that I actually got a chance to see for sure. It's not perfect by all means, but I do think it's actually well worth it in the end for sure, and I'm really quite happy that this movie actually did do exactly that for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, maybe I think if they would have actually done a whole lot more tweaking and stuff, then we would have actually gotten something really great for sure. So but hey, I guess if anything, I'm sure they did the best they could for sure, and in the end, I'm actually still quite happy regardless for sure. Yeah, but again, I don't think it's actually a bad movie for sure, much like the first film, but I am indeed fascinated, of course, what goes on for sure in this film, and And for that, I'm actually quite curious to see on what goes down, and of course, the next films that are going to follow up afterwards for sure. So yeah, I guess that's what I can say on that front right about now. So yeah, if you actually do want to see this movie, if you actually do want to see this movie for yourself, then by all means, go ahead and do so. I still think it's worth the recommendation for sure. And currently, as of right now, pretty much since after this movie came out, the next one, Avatar 3, is slated to come out right around in 2024, coming up in the next couple of years for sure. So will it actually give me something a whole lot more grander and much more spectacular compared to, of course, the first film? Well, I can't answer that for sure. So yeah, I guess the only way to find out is, of course, well, wait until that comes out for sure, just to see where it'll go for sure. And let's not forget to mention there's even more on the way right around after 3 comes out in 2024. Like, of course, Avatar 4 in 2026, Avatar 5 in 2028, and who knows? There might be a whole lot more right around afterwards for sure. So, but only time will tell on that. So, but yeah, I guess until that happens, Avatar: The Way of Water. For while I don't think it's actually a great sequel by all means, I do think it's actually a really good and yet quite enjoyable experience that is, of course, well worth checking out in the best possible way. So yeah, and for that, I am proud to say that I'm going to give this film a 7 out of 10 as my final score. So yeah, not necessarily a great for sure, but I do think it is a really good movie that is enough for me to say I'm really glad I got to see it for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, that's pretty much what I can say on that front right by now. So if you want to see this movie for yourself, then by all means, journey back to Pandora and actually experience this for yourself and truly understand the way of water. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright, and I guess on that thought, that'll pretty much do exactly that. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and let me know in the comment section below if you have seen Avatar: The Way of Water and what you thought about it, as well as, of course, leaving me constructive criticism and or advice on how I can improve my videos in the near future. And of course, feel free to send me an email if you want to ask me any questions, or if you want to book me for a con or event that'll be coming up sometime in the near future. Follow me on my social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and plenty of others if you want to keep up to date with me, with, of course, the links down in the description box below. And of course, support me on Patreon if you want to see sneak peeks to videos that I got coming up, as well as get some awesome rewards as well. And if you enjoyed today's video, then give it a massive thumbs up, as it really does help this channel out. And speaking of my channel, feel free to subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you want to, if you want to see more videos like this coming up in the near future. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and of course, we're not done just yet, but now I still got probably a whole lot more before this year officially ends right up now. So yeah, I'm going to do my best to, of course, get through as much as I can for sure, just to help bridge the gap for sure right up until 2023 next year. And sorry about that. So, and like I said, I am going to do my best to, of course, get myself better and be fully 100% once again for sure. So, and if not, then it's another trip to the doctor's office to see what we're going to do for now for sure. So yeah, I am going to do my best since after I've got over a bad case of COVID overhead by now. So yeah, bear with me overhead by now. I'll try my best to get through this rehab now, and I don't know what will happen if I don't rehab now, so, but yeah. Needless to say, until then, I might as well get myself ready for, of course, really, really nice Christmas for sure, so yeah. I know not necessarily great because of what I've actually gone through, but still good nevertheless, so yeah. I guess until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.